Where's the wills and trust of Helen Grace Strickland McLeod Smith? Let's find the wills and trust of Helen Grace Strickland McLeod Smith. Why is Trump, Biden, Harris, Bowser, and Kamala and living in her house and it belongs to Aaron now? Why does a ledger say over $190,000 was spent on the courts? And why does the court say that there's not one court date? Why on the ledger there's 22 lockers filled to the rafter with the relief sought? Why did Biden and Harris rob the lockers that was reported to the FBI for the relief sought? And why are they now selling the relief sought on the black market? You want to know who the fence is right now? They're fencing with Chris Brown. He's doing Pills and Automobiles on YouTube.com, and we're supposed to be watching Dance Hospital, Dance Pharmacy, Dance Pharmaceutical Company, the relief sought in the court. And they're fencing with Robert Hunter Biden and Ivanka Trump and Barron William Trump. Ivanka Trump is still in the worst gross with Phoebe Gates of Microsoft and her little worst grow app to get away with it, and they pulled out Chantel's eye for it. And Robert Hunter Biden selling the art at his art galleries right now. They're fencing the stolen goods. How does Robert Hunter Biden get to kill somebody, pull out their eye, and then start selling their artwork the next day? He ain't ever been an artist before he did that. Let's look at the public record in 2021 an abuse of power and compare that to his art career. How does he get to sell art and kill people and pull out real eyes out their head? How does that? How are you sitting here not impeaching them? All right, so that's where we're at, and then they're fencing with P Diddy. He wants to steal the energy from the courts. They're fencing with Jim Jones. He wants to steal the artifacts and antiquities and the word scroll and the language code from the courts. He wants to kill High Priest Aaron with them. He wants to steal Chantel documents and take them to Jamaica. And have a paraplegic identical to her using her documents. So they're fencing right now, and they're actually in the process of spending their money, that the mark money from Band Bank that was reported. Let's look on the intertube and just on the internet and just type in Band Bank. Look at Band Hand Bank. They went all the way to Donald Trump Taj Mahal dealings in Atlantic City, New Jersey, with the Indians, and went all the way to India to steal Band Bank. Barron William Trump is vowing that he's going to steal the identity of Aaron Strickland and become the high priest in hopes of killing him to avenge his dad. Where are you at? You're supposed to be right here busting them at the house that they're forging into their names. They're using Maria Tho grenades, stalking and harassing Darren Strickland and trying to kill him so that Ivanka Marie Trump can own the house, force the house in her name. Barron William Trump forcing Aaron Strickland to sit with him with LL Cool J and Donald Trump so that he can say that because of the name Aaron found to the name Barron and the name Aaron Williams found to the name Barron Williams, that he can force the house into his name. You got Al Smith that squatted her out and killed her for the house and giving it to him, and then you got Ashley Biden and trying to steal the house from Ashley Lonnie. She's forcing the house in her name, and then you got the attacker Melissa from the 19th Precinct Police Department in New York, October 29, 2021, as Biden, as Melissa Biden. And she's supposed to be one of the people that raped Aaron back in the 90s. And she's acting as though she's Aaron's wife and forging the house into her name right now. You got Jill, you got the actual Joe Biden and the Bidens living in this person that's dead's house. And it's reported to you and you're doing nothing. That's why you're the defendant. And so they're forging the house in their name. Donald Trump's trying to get the House through Al Smith, and Jim Jones is trying to get the House through Ricky Stokes, and Sasha Obama is trying to get the House through Darren Strickland, and they're forging the House in their name. Malia Obama is trying to get the House through Aaron Strickland, and they're forging the House in their name. And you should go to where they're forging the House in their name. That's what you're supposed to be doing. Next, you're supposed to be going to the fence where they're spending the money that they stole out of the House and Home Valuables doing their 30-year real estate approach to home invasion. And you should be busting them there. And then you should go to the bank robbery, mark money, and you should be busting them there. You the impeachment committee. You supposed to be saying you can't be a president and you killing people, pulling out their eyes and living in their house the next day, selling their art gallery on the market as if it's yours. You just go up to somebody, kill them, take their property, and start selling it the next day. Where do they do that at? Not in the United States of America. They did a home invasion. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris did a home invasion on the House 951 Arrowhead Court, Las Vegas, Nevada, 89148, and they're caught. You should catch them forging the House in their name. You should catch them spending the marked money from the bank. And you should catch them fencing the home valuables that they lifted out of the house. And El Kute, he has the last name Smith. He's forcing it a house in his name. And Bay Area rapper Jay Stallion, he has the last name Smith, and he raped and tortured and killed Darren Strickland. And he forging a house in his name. And may have took his Mercedes Benz from him. And that's what you need to be doing if you're the impeachment committee. You need to be impeaching Joe Biden and Kamala Harris for doing a home invasion, homicides, and using the White House to do it, and killing people and pulling their eyes out, and enslaving people in the White House. And there's no slavery in America, and hiring private armies to get away with it. You a scam artist. That's why you the defendant. I'm going to call you the defendant. I'm going to say the impeachment committee are defendants. I'm going to say the House Judiciary is a defendant. I'm going to say you guys are scamming the American people. All you're doing is letting these people who call themselves the president and the vice president get away with their crimes and just go there and act like something going to happen to them and you ain't doing nothing about it. Why should we even put our faith in you if you ain't doing nothing about it? So I'm going to call you the defendant until you do something about it. When you go down to the house and you find out that that's what they're doing, when you go down to the fence and you find out that that's what they're doing, when you go to where they spending the marked money and you find out that that's what they're doing, and that's the reason why you the defendant in the court and you do your job, then I will respect you and take off the defendant impeachment committee, defendant House Judiciary. Until then, you are a defendant. And I'm gonna call you a crime accomplice. I'm gonna say that you're holding that you're giving them a getaway vehicle. You're the getaway vehicle. You're allowing them to get away with their crime. So they just go to the House Judiciary and get away with the whole home invasion using slavery systems with 10 homicides dead. They do bank robbery and then you just their getaway vehicle. Now just some threats of impeachment, and then everybody get a chance to vent, and then they just get away with it then. You have to be the getaway vehicle then. I'm going to file a police report on you. I'm gonna go to the Department of Justice on you. I'm going to go to the actual Federal Bureau of Investigation on you and tell them that the House Judiciary is killing 10 people in a home invasion and a getaway driver. Next, the impeachment committee can just say that we're going to file a couple of articles of impeachment, but don't do nothing. You ain't doing nothing. You're attempting to file articles of impeachment, but nobody's going to court. Nobody's going to court. You're not impeaching nobody. You a getaway vehicle. I'm gonna go to the police. In fact, on the same case, you got the police coming. You got Robert Conti 3 coming. At the same time you a defendant, you got the Christopher Wray, the director of the FBI coming because you're a defendant and you ain't doing nothing, you the getaway vehicle, and he's gonna bust you just like the chief of Metropolitan Police Department gonna bust you. At the same time, the Merrick Garland is coming to court and he gonna bust you because he's the Department of Justice, United States Attorney General. So at the same time, you the defendant, you also the getaway vehicle. You claiming you doing articles of impeachment. You ain't doing nothing. You see they did the home invasion. You see they lift the home valuables out of the house. You see they now fencing the home valuables on the black market. They're doing slavery. They're calling their victims transits so that they can get away with it. They're hiring private armies to try to kill them. And you see them spending mark money from the bank. So I did a stink operation. We got the FBI director, we got the U.S. Attorney General, and the chief of police coming because you a defendant, but you also their getaway vehicle. So I'm gonna treat you like a defendant. I'm gonna call you a defendant until you do something. You filed the actual articles of impeachment. You get them into court, and you do a fair trial, or you gonna stay the defendant in my book.